And it is their map pick, so listen, they're going to be looking forward to this one, I think, as well. Way to potentially get back at G2. G2, though, no slouches. And they've got some interesting looks on it. Still opting into the Taeho, of course, themselves, because they got some tricky stuff that they like to pull out. You know, they got the old collapse onto B, where they open up the blue room door on their attack side with the missiles.
Yeah,
Let Jaw get in nice and deep with his ult. They got some cool looks where they still make the Taeho viable, really, where everyone else has really given up on it.
They haven't, however, and I'm just fact-checking myself here, but they haven't got a win with this composition. So that's something where...
G2?
Yeah. So, you know, since the meta has shifted and Taeho's dropped out of the meta a little bit.
Yep.
Sorry, they have one win with this composition since then, I believe. So they played against Gen G. But apart from that, the games that they played afterwards against Fnatic and Sentinels, again, it was an OT loss to Sen, so it's not like they played badly, it's not like this comp sucks or anything like that, but if there was an opportunity in the series for C9, obviously it would be here, which is the map that they've picked.
Yeah. Cloud9 going to be putting all the attention over towards this pistol round. I know it was definitely the thing that was irking in me. Off the back of that, and you know, a close loss on map number 1. If they end up winning both those pistols, you can see the direction it goes in. But here we go, setting it forwards, flying with a little bit of that util, looking for some sort of pushback from G2. No one's home though. Giving it up. It's an empty site, just waiting for the full retake. Jorgemon going for peaks of his own with that frenzy in hand.
Valen loves to prioritize flank retaking.
Going for this one fast here. It's a double push after the back, and Net can't. I mean, he really can't quite contain. Excuse me, Jorgemon dominating the position inside the smoke, trying to fade it away with a frenzy, leaping through the smoke anyway. Zephyr,
that's nice.
It is with the right clicks. 2v3 though, still is a situation that Cloud9 find themselves in, trying to hold it down towards the back at that site. It's a stun, ricocheting against the back, and Vic is spotted out. A bullet to the back at that, and it's a pistol round, another one. Add it up for G2.
Yeah, the G2 pistol round success
keeps going.
I mean, it's a nightmare for C9. You heard Imi talking about it. They lost double pistol on Ascent. They had that string of, I think it was 5 rounds in a row that made the map winnable, but if you're losing double pistol and bonus, it really is tough to get a better scoreline than something like a 13-8, 13-9 kind of vibe. And G2 get another one here to begin. Valen loves calling these push-outs. If they're going to be playing retake, they're going to be playing a smart retake style where they pushing you through the door, pushing you through mound. And there the reposition from Trent. He was originally going door and then went back to waterfall, ended up being crucial. A lot more people buying Spectres, by the way, recently.
Yeah.
Seen a ton of that in Pacific as well.
Not too sure why, but...
Yeah, I'm not...
Gives you the ability to spam a few smokes, I suppose.
And yeah, I'm not huge on it, but I think it's the idea of just staying mobile on these kind of rounds.
Sure, just keep it going, keep it moving. And it's a deep push out. G2, they had all that A main space. They're taking it all up. Not sure what sound cues are coming through here, but Cloud9 realizes something is up, and now just taking a swipe. A fight and a swing straight to them. Okay, like that, cleaned up. One player falling, and that's it.
Very pushed up positions on the defense side. And now we get to see what they're going to do on the bonus round with these lighter weapons. Because normally the theory goes that you should be buying, you know, a couple of rifles or something like that to be able to work with. Because then when you save them into your bonus round, you equalize the economy a little bit. Here, there is a massive weapon difference. I'm not going to say disadvantage because Stingers and Spectres can still be lethal in G2's hands, but you've got to craft the style of how you play very differently. You can't be taking these long-range duels.
It's a bit of a misplay there. Not getting onto the Haunt in time, so it basically clears out all of a rubble. G2 know immediately there's going to be no contestation happening over there anytime soon, at least not immediately. They can afford to maneuver some of the bodies around other areas of the map.
G2 pushing up deep, though, towards the door, controlling B main, and also offering an opportunity to crunch down or re-clear through mound if they want to in the mid or late round. Though mound is one of those areas where I think the Stingers and Spectres would be struggling. Much better to try to fight in the choke points, like Trent is attempting to behind this Viper orb.
Yeah, just the one Prowler. Doesn't really sell it too hard that they are taking over towards A main.
This looks dangerous.
Drone spots it. That's going to be broken in time. Trying to take it with a close quarters. The door is opened up wide. This is trying to supplement at least the hit that's coming their way. Vic, he does maintain that composure with the rifle in his hands. 2 players dropped just from him. Spike up towards the top as well. He can look to min-max some of these ults now. Cloud9 are in a prime position.
Got the guy 2 HP planting here.
Thorns and a salvo.
He gets in, he gets out.
Avoids most of it.
Last player standing.
Trent spotted out there just towards the side. Bullet's going to be bringing him down. Jonah P. Left to do it at this point, though. Probably just going to be looking at damage done. Best he can hope for. Now it's revealed. Yeah, bullets through the wall on top of it. It's nice shots. Clean shooting so far. 2 bullets left, though. Banking on and praying that he could collect another one. Picks it up. Even pretty good with the swing on top of it, so it is shut down. Cloud9 not able to keep all the rifles going.
No, it's actually quite a lot of economic damage, considering the fact that Cloud9 were able to get in, get the plan fairly safely. They knocked armor off Vic as well, so plenty of people going to be on a light buy here. This is the kind of round where I think you'd see Leaf picking up an Outlaw. That's the kind of player that he is. Obviously been missing for quite a while. Hopefully seeing him come back into the squad fairly soon. Not that I'm disappointed with what Baby Bay's been up to.
Now triple face up, really hard hold here by G2, looking to see if they can force out some of the util out for them, but the horn's not going to be broken in time. Hold on, these players getting lit up here. Cloud9 looking to contest, but they are toppled and dropped like flies. That is just, I mean, a clean sweep, even with misplays on G2 side of things.
Yeah, they just had so many bodies there. Anytime that they've got a stack like that over towards Mound, it's gonna be tough to get through them. And you've got to hit your shots. I mean, at some point, it comes down to taking these like little pixel fights around Mound, where you can just see somebody's head poking out. A G2 get the first couple from Baby Bay.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Oxy, we cannot be whiffing like that. I'm sorry.
He's disappointed.
I mean, you also know that C9 have been a little nervous on Ascent, and they do have a history of some choking problems.
Yeah, but surely not now, right?
Surely.
Surely.
Well, no, you have to wait until the next game when they're in playoffs.
Playoffs, and then we'll find out.
I mean, we really will, won't we? That's what the entire narrative around C9 is. Nobody worried about the fact that they were going to make it.
This bullet's whistling past these Cloud9 players' ears.
But also G2 so pushed up outside of B.
Yeah, and they're fully ready to just disrespect you all the time. I mean, Jorg has just passed it all. Already he's got him penned in, enclosed here. The still guard is going to be used, but again, doesn't really connect onto anybody. No one's home from G2, ready to try and play this one for the retake. Here it is, Nightfall, trying to get that timing out. It's just way out into the open. I mean, the wall was, I think, even deaded there, so they should have known, at least been aware, but Jorgamo still takes it anyway. And now an attempt to flip the map, at least the sight. Cloud9 playing all ingrained towards the back here, doubled up, facing, even anticipating the re-swings. Jorgamo is just lighting him up now. He's on point. Tap of the spike, trying to force the issue out of these players that are remaining for Cloud9, but they can't really hold a candle to it.
4K for Jorgamo in the end, and it's actually his patience on the flank that ends up crossing net up. Former teammate of the core of G2 was waiting and looking towards where his wall had been triggered, or Zeppa's wall had been triggered rather, but then after he hadn't heard anything in a while, he's thinking, all right, well, it was probably Jorg who was doing that, and then he TP'd away. Then actually he swings around at the same time, or just after the Fade ultimate comes through on the retake. But now rifles out for C9. And this is a round that they want to be looking for, so tack timeout. Imi hitting it early, actually. Yeah. Normally you would want to do this on the prior, kind of like leading into the eco. But here he's got something that he really wants to talk about with the team. Maybe just identifying that the game plan coming out from Mitch needed some adjustment. Not sure.
Yeah,
that's definitely a listening face, though.
It is. And they need to get some rounds on the board, really, at this point. Some gun rounds going their way. You can't be losing a pistol round and follow-up rounds after it, because G2 will just look to run away with it, really. You're already down a map.
Yeah. And this was the... Remember that this, on Ascent, was the kind of time in the map. Obviously, the sides were swapped. C9 were playing defense. But this is the kind of time where they woke up and won those 5 in a row.
Yeah.
It was off the back of an IMI timeout where they adjusted some of their defensive setups and were able to throw some serious questions Valen's way. This round that they're about to come into, they have a Fade ult to be able to work with and an Omen ult. Now, there are actually some serious set plays that you can do with Omen ult now that people have figured out. You know, you can Omen ult into Pit or into Heaven on A, and it will often cause these Rubble players to have a lot of worries about what's going on behind them. And of course, a Fade ult into Yoru TP or Fade ult into Omen TP on one of the sides can also be a devastating combo.
Sure.
We'll see if they picked something like that out of the strat book or whether Imi's timeout was to address more fundamental things.
And slow towards the C-Mound fight. Prowler not really connecting on too much here. Cloud9 just trying to rip away a portion of the map to make it easier following up.
We heard Faith talk about how good G2's defensive rotations are on this map. At the moment, it's only Baby Bay anchoring towards C. He's got a snake bite. Needs to buy time for rotates.
Slots got us back to the wall here. Going for a bit of help, I think, just from the sides of the util forwards, and now bodies are going to start to commit past this point. Cloud9 realize that nobody's home to try and push them back, and straight bullet straight to the dome. That's unfortunate. At least you're lucky not to be losing your life in that spot. Zephyr going to be backing out and away here, but a snake bite and a salvo. Deadly combo, if anything at all here, with a dimensional drift up and over towards the top. That's 4 players spotted, and Jogo's going to be calling out to the rest of the team. Nightfall committed, exiting out as players below you, twisting, turning. Jogo left to deliver it all, and Trent trying to follow up from the side. The rest of G2 just collapse upon them. It leaves Net scrambled, scrambling for position of the spike. Only 27 seconds left. Smoke replacing one another here is really just Net looking like he's just been choked out entirely of any chance.
Yeah, his job was to help them in the post plant, hold control of areas.
10 seconds left.
G2, though, coming back in with all of that utility was magical stuff. Baby Bay gives up the space. Clearly the game plan. I was thinking that he was going to use a snake bite on the choke point and try to play for people to flood in. Instead, the call is to play soft on site, give it up, and then as they tap the plant, snake bite comes in, salvo comes in, and then you've got that combo I talked about in the pre-round where you've got the Fade ultimate into the Yoru TP. So plenty of those players unable to hear the sound cue of Jorgamo coming out of his ult. And these ult cycles have ruined C9's chances here in this half.
Yeah.
Winning the pistol, the momentum off the back, couple of nice rounds, and you're staring down a deficit like this that's very tough to come back from.
It's a tough watch, really, for this Cloud9 team that were looking to have better beginnings, I think, against G2. Disprove these narratives, really, that they are still a top team that can contest with the best.
Never beaten them, though.
No.
0-4 against G2 all time, and in terms of maps, they're 2-9. So, yeah, the games haven't really even been that close.
And Net's your only player with a rifle. He's looking for a free fight. Not even given that. Valiant contests for a little bit, decides against it, backs himself out and away. Reclear with a Prowler is a good timing for Cloud9 to try and take this one, but it's immediately followed up by the drone. So just when you think it could be going your way, that's 2 players spotted out. And Jonah P just seeing signs of life before he eventually backs out.
And these 2 initiators have got some good defensive tools to work with as well. Seize, missile, salvo.
Bring them down.
And Prowler, no connection over towards the blue room.
30 seconds left.
G2 giving up a lot of space here, but happy to just play retake onto the B side. Looks like the obvious answer now for Cloud9's woes. Sending it flying forwards, leaving Net as that backstab, but he's missed a slight timing, even spotted out his own positioning. Mitch will commit to the plant.
Yeah, no denial on it this time. So G2 not going for that fast retake style. They're going to have to make sure that they cover every area. C9 are going to want to play aggressive because they have such a weapon disadvantage.
Baby waiting for the right time to strike there. Not intended with a snake bite, but all good. Now we see the overdrives and flying forwards. Oxy couldn't quite be there with a track it in time. These kills are going even out though. Cloud9 looking for any sort of an advantage they can get. Vic trying to dominate that position up towards heaven, and it is left to Baby Bay in a 1v2. Then from the side, a bit of a tap to try and bait out the first swing. Gets the first, and he knows what a second is. Baby Bay left into that 1v1, time ticking away. Needs half at least. Earns, and the kill is laboured. Not quite there onto the defusing. Time! 5! And that was even with him forgetting to press the right button.
Yeah, half a second on the clock.
Oh my goodness.
Net really messed up the timing of his swing there.
Oh.
I mean, most players are going to have an internal clock of, okay, he's tapped now, he should be getting towards the halfway line, now we go for the swing. Or even, he should be getting towards the end of it, now we go for the swing. Net swung right after Baby Bay got to half.
The relief on his face.
And when the time is that low, oh, you can't be letting him get away with that. Red Bull clutch.
Yeah, Cloud9 cannot catch a break. And this is all in. G2 showing a ton of presence. What is behind it? Question is, with the curtain up, does Net even know? To be dropping now, there's plenty of players facing you. The kills going away at G2. It's only Jonah P as the casualty. Baby Bay even thinking about it. Do I offload this Viper's Pit? But I think he doesn't know if they've already lurked his way past it. Was worried about being timing. Popping up though on top of the head. Oh my god, that's just Oxy looking for information. He might have just paid for it with his teammate's life. Already forwards again is the play. Stun duck Oxy. If there was a play to make, if there was a time to do it, it would be now. But it's all just preemptive here by Trent, just anticipating that these angles are going to be crossed over. Layering it down with a couple of bullets, trying to buy time for the rest of his squad now, even delaying that plant. Knowing it was happening out towards Pillar. 2v3, you need heroics here from Cloud9. You need them now. Oxy, sharp, locked in. Love to see if he can do it all! And Jorgamo shuts it all down at the tail end moments.
Even the spots where it feels like Cloud9 could be pulling magic out of somewhere, G2 deny it. Squash the small flickering flame of hope that's in their hearts. And G2 have so many defensive looks. Like this one. Triple facing the Viper wall right off rip.
Yeah.
And they're up 7-1.
And so unexpected. I mean, Net has been essentially getting a main, roughly. He's not been lurking it too often for free, but there haven't been that many players pushing up behind it.
But when there's so many different looks on the defense side, you never know what to expect.
Yeah.
Think about, can Net really be confident walking forwards on A? No, you have no idea what you're going to run into. G2 this round going for a 1-3-1 defense.
There with the operator, anticipating though, the players are already walking up past that point.
Yeah, it's the kind of risk that you can take when you play Yoru. He's just got to land the shot, and here's G2 looking to try to take a fight.
They've been pushing out, disrespecting this entire map so far. This time a fight does not go their way. The paranoia is almost perfect here. Defense was in order, at least there by Jonah P. Just the one. And now a quick TP to try and get the hell out of there. Being cancelled out, potentially. Pit down over towards A. It is chaotic. G2 trying to make sense of it, trying to pass through most of this.
Yeah, Vic, really nice decision-making in the moment. And Valin could find a timing.
Hopped up, Oxy, who's on the line a little bit before.
Yeah, that's good control from Oxy.
Into the pit we go. Straight into the shoddy of Net. Cloud9 needed this. 7-1. They were desperate for another round just to put on the boards. Anything to break this run and streak that G2 had.
And I think credit deserves going the way of Vic there. Not only was he watching for the B push and took a little bit of contact, but then he backs up, throws the paranoia that allows C9 to put the pressure back on to G2. And then he, with the spike, teleports over to an A site that he knows is going to be free. So he really handled that beautifully. Been an integral part of Cloud9's success this year.
Time to jump.
But guess what? It's not going to get much easier.
Yeah.
Decoy.
Bay, no armor coming into this one. Not too sure what's happened there. Coming to buy for his teammates, I think.
Yeah, normally not advisable going for Vandal no armor.
Yeah.
Normally you'd want to be picking up a Guardian or something like that instead. But all right.
He was minus 6,000 down, so I think he was just being the bank for the rest of his team.
Yeah, I mean, even so.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Get the abacus out and figure out how to get yourself some armor. That is the clone, don't worry. He has been up to some shenanigans today, though.
I was definitely wondering.
Yeah. But it's close up towards B. This spot that Baby Bay's in gets a ton of value. Leaf loves playing here.
Face your fear.
Some info. Nightfall. Uh-oh, that's not a clear into the corner, and already time to strike is there. Baby Bay doesn't buy this time, waiting it out really with a bit of patience. He's going to force Cloud9 to be pushed into a different direction. But they don't want anything to do with it.
The pivot through towards C, or at least they were thinking about it, and now the re-hit comes back
through. And Oxy, I mean, he's like there for a rocket, man. The rest of his team trying to help out and supplement the push that's about to happen over towards B. Still, they are dropping. Damage done to Mitch. He still survives. He at least lays claim to that kill. Collected onto Jorg. And now getting a move on over towards C. But Valen is home, ready and waiting. And this guy is ready to play spoiler to your hopes and dreams. 10 seconds remaining. Finally taken out, but Trent's there as well. And then, I mean, okay, well, listen, when it gets down to the chaotic situations like that, maybe there's a chance Cloud9 can persevere.
Well, the thing is, Cloud9 themselves caused the chaotic situation. They went for... They had a pivot through into C. It was only Valen there, and they probably would have been given the whole of the C plant. But there was a counter call from somebody. Maybe because Oxy was positioned over towards A, and that looks like Imi hitting the timeout button, if I was to guess. Yeah, I mean, not happy with the way that things worked in that round. They went for a little bit of pressure over towards B. Like I said, that spot from Baby gets so much value. It's really difficult. If you've got a player baiting for you in heaven, it's so tough for the attackers to clear that left side because you're just putting your back towards every other angle. Yeah. So fair enough, Baby gets the opener onto Zeppa. But then they're thinking about making the pivot into C. They cancel it. They go back for a re-hit on B, and Oxy basically has to land the entry. Otherwise, that is cooked. And the timing didn't even work out. Things look rushed, and they do look a bit nervous out here. And I think so far what we're seeing is that if this is a test of whether or not C9 can step up to play with the big boys, they're missing the mark right now. Their game against Sentinels, they weren't that competitive. And the game so far, apart from that run of 5 rounds on their defense side of Ascent, this game hasn't actually been that competitive either. Ascent was reasonably, this has not been.
No. I think that's starting to weigh on his Cloud9 players.
And if that's a sign for playoffs, when games get more and more difficult, it's not boding particularly well. Those Omega Group teams are tough.
Yeah. It's a reminder what this game is all about as well, what these teams are playing for. That second seed spot in your group. You can avoid the potential path that leads to Sentinels, really.
Yeah.
You're going to have to play them eventually, I think, if you're wanting to go all the way.
Sure, absolutely.
But you do want to avoid them early on.
Yeah. I mean, if you lose this game, you get the bracket with Leviathan and Sentinels, and then if you lose your opener, you drop down and play Crew. So that's a tough lot of teams there to deal with. And C9 have got enough champs points that they could feasibly make it without making the grand finals by making 3rd or 4th.
Well, Armageddon is going to make it very uncomfortable. Nowhere to really stand as nice and safe. Still maneuvering, running all the way around. It's Cloud9 able to return that fire. They're able to help out in time. The kills have gone their way. Player advantage now to them. They open up the door, causing a bit of concern in the back of the minds for Jonah. He's going to be hearing all of these footsteps scurrying forward. Still watching onto trees. There's one player there playing spoiler to the plant. Denies it and anticipating it. Cutting it up to the corner. The overdrive is popped out by Oxy. And it's hot hands from him. He has to claim most of this site and the kills for his team to get a bit of safety now in them. Dropping it down though into that 1v1. Baby versus Oxy.
Oxy saved them in this round so far. That ult did everything for C9. He's just got one more player in front of him.
Ring around the rosies, Baby up towards the top. That is sharp shooting. What a savior Oxy is.
Yeah, global ACS leader for a reason. That round was all him. After Jonah wasn't investigated at all towards A, the crouch sneak up and the fact that Vic was so late on the swing to try to trade put enormous responsibility onto Oxy. But he's good for it.
Yeah.
And he's up towards the top of the scoreboard, 13-9. With over a kill per round, heading into the final round of this half.
Seeing it. A lot of bodies stacked up here, Tim, trying to take this fight forward to the Salvas. The haunt reveals a lot there in that spot.
No follow-up, though.
No, G2 are going to be disengaging away from it.
Jorg as a judge.
Also opens up. I mean, it's forced out a knife. Well, it's going to be a lot of tags, at least 4.
Valen going for a cheeky play, wondering if he could get away with that combo, the fade ult into the Omen ult. Fair enough. Fair play. Net's worried about the push out here because G2 in the mid-round really have been going for that, and he catches it. Trent punished. That's going to weaken things quite significantly. And now, decision for Mitch. Made easier if Jonah dies.
Tagging a couple of bullets to the chest there. Oh, yeah, that's not the gun to be taking that fight. Realizes the mistake, backs himself out of there and away. Jorgamo's going to be spotting this out.
Jorg has a judge, by the way.
2 players, yeah, he can't really make a play for it, but he's just trying to get mid-round information. We're down to 45 seconds, Cloud9.
They're going to end B into Baby Bay, into Jorg.
Baby Bay's walking forwards anyway. He's trying to contest these players over towards the A side. So Prowler forwards again. Hey, that's
Sorry?
just... Yeah, pot shots. Okay. Just taking it into the corner. Oxy finds it, flash. Jorg knows he needs to make a play from this spot.
It's not possible.
No, paranoia is avoided. Still has all his senses.
Spike planted.
Take a game of timings and maybe a bit of raw luck.
It just shouldn't be possible. This should, by all accounts, be C9 getting up to 4, making a bit of a recovery in this half.
And they have complete control over the site.
There's a paranoia, but I think C9 would have to let go of their keyboards to lose.
Yep. Avoiding some of that util here. Here's the paranoia that's going to be sweeping past. There's a judge. There's a follow-up. How the hell is he getting to? Cloud9 cannot let this one slip now. In for the main choke point. Oxy almost the adjustment in the aim for Valen, but gliding just to the side puts the finish onto the round and to the half here for Cloud9. 4 rounds. Potentially doable, workable if you look towards that pistol round.
The hero that Cloud9 needed. Oxy finishes the half with 16 kills. And really instrumental in a couple of spots. That is so cheeky. I mean, the idea that you might be able to get away with any of what G2 were up to in this final round. But they put the pressure on. A C9 desperately need a pistol.
Yeah, they really do. They need one.
Just one.
Just to even it out, potentially. 8-4 is what we're looking at. Cloud9 trying to stay alive in this series.
Gives you wings. Well, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to work out at Cloud9. They need a pistol around here. It's been the sole focus, really. And when we heard AB talking about it, you think about how different that first map would have been if Cloud9 were able to get at least one, maybe both of them. It would have been a win for them, honestly. But now they're looking at Lotus, looking at a 4-round difference, 8-4. Still could be winnable, but again, it all relies on round 13.
Oxy, at least, is completely online. So in terms of players that could carry you through a pistol round, he's one that you're certainly going to be looking towards. And he looks like he's in the right place at the right time here, because G2 headed towards A early.
Got our eyes set on it. G2 have at least a reasonable stack of bodies. Slow going.
That teleport makes me think that Valen's calling A to B here.
Mitch, the door's going to open up. He's going to be just sidesteps it in time, so he's not on the open sight line.
Slow contact approach.
Yeah. Always methodical from G2.
Door is open.
That's potentially worried about it. That's why they threw out the C's here. Mitch is close quarters. Oh dear! That's a Prowler finding it forwards, and Oxy's even been dealt with. Just the one before he eventually goes down. 3v4 of your star player finish and out of the fight.
Vic really cannot afford to die here. He has the paranoia.
It's a tough ask. Oh no, I think Trent spotted it and already taking the fight together. G2 right on top of it. There's no hesitation as soon as they spot a weakness.
And this is going to be 4 out of 4 pistols going the way of G2.
Yeah. Really
pretty much
disgusting work.
Yeah, pretty much an impossibility for Net and Zeppa. And Imi's going to be furious about this one.
Net adjust the aim in time.
Hello.
Time is starting to tick. Need a few more. And position's going to be spotted out into the open here from Zeppa. Salvo forced out at least from that first tap. But again, you're running out of options.
Well, yeah, there's a second salvo as well.
Doors closing. Second salvo. Zeppa's thinking, yeah, I mean, yeah, his thoughts exactly. Rounds like that, he thought he was outside of the Teo meta. Not quite. G2.
And that's
Casual reminder.
And that's the great advantage of playing so contact at the beginning of the rounds. In the old Tejo meta, you threw util off barrier drop immediately. You soaked the site in utility because you had it back in 40 seconds. Now in this version of the meta, if you are going to play Tejo, you try to use as little as you possibly can early on. Contacting all the way up there to the A site.
Yo, good shit, bro.
And then Trent has 2 salvos to be able to use.
It's almost harder in the post plan to try and play against.
It is
compared to when he was in a better state.
I think it is. It's just that he's so much weaker in all of the rest of the round.
Sure. And this is it. Full speed ahead. Everybody from G2 looking over towards this A site. Trying to take it with a bit of brute force, some util to help out.
There is a flank coming in here.
Yeah.
4 players right behind Trent.
Trent, he's got one with the bulldog. Got a player here trying to adjust the aim in time for the re-swing that comes out, but that's just a 1-for-1, and that is a gun handed over. G2 wants to call here. Fight forwards and towards the back of the site, flipping it entirely away from them. Eddie up, looking for a fight to be taken. Net! Where's he got that one from? 2 players shot in the blink of an eye. Orbs available for a rainy day. It happens to be now. A bit of a smoke. Comes a spike and comes a chance. It's for it, trying to fade away and run it away. Net is dominating this one. 4 kills for his team, and what an answer back.
He knows these guys better than almost anybody else. Was on the team for an enormously long time, and he delivers a crucial round for C9 against his former brothers. The pickup of the Bulldog off the back of Trent dropping ended up being massive. I mean, he gets a fadeaway kill there while he's blind.
Oh my god. That was okay, I'm not gonna lie, that was lucky as
Well, sometimes it's better to be lucky than to be good. And also, it can be better to win the second round instead of the pistol, because now you're going to be able to have that same, you know, free, quote-unquote, round here for Cloud9 to be able to pick it up. But also, you get closer to those ults, and you can maybe start a snowball.
Bit of a util dump. Could be risky business, especially when no one's dealing with the horns. Valen, up in your grill, up in your face, Jorgamo right from behind. Oh, no!
Why did I call it a free round?
Oh, no,
It's
Josh.
never free.
Just shut up. Pull your mic out. This is 2 players of Cloud9 just left wondering, oh my goodness. Guns picked up, reclaimed, recycled. Plants already down. And all of that good work just undone.
Here.
Tiny, tiny little mistakes that are being made as well.
Toxin screen down.
That's all it takes for G2 to capitalize. Net is going to take this one slowly, cautiously. He knows that there's probably a player hanging back, but he gets the kill onto Trent. Okay, he does find it. Door can be flipped open. Puts a bit of pressure now onto 2 sides of things, and bodies are turning. Twisting Jorgamo. It's on top of it all. Thrifty win right back at ya. Oh.
Well. If for a moment Imi had dared to dream,
yes,
how quickly it turned to nightmare. That was such an aggressive play from G2 straight towards Rubble, and yeah.
Yep. It's the look of a man that has had your, as you said, dreams
torn away from him.
Squashed.
Because now your team is back down onto the eco.
Yep.
Ult start building on the other side. A tumultuous beginning to this half, but one where G2 were already so far into the lead, it only favors them. Cloud9 have to not just win rounds, but make up a 5-round deficit.
Hanging this one back, Prowler catching on to Baby Bay. He does have the help of some of his teammates, but oh, he's really going to peek into that. There you go. Now he sees it. Bodies are starting to come forwards here, but a paranoia over fighting Cloud9 straight into those sight lines. It's not ideal for them still. The smoke, and eventually they do return that fire back to Baby Bay. Find themselves into the 2v3. Can pick up another gun as well if Vic wants to.
It's a good idea from Trent to evacuate there. He had the spike. Got to get the plant down. Decent plant position. Pretty open. from CT, from Waterfall.
G2 on B.
Yeah.
TD back as well to rejoin Trent. 2 salvos still waiting. We've already seen the outcome of that one.
Well, now they just know exactly where these people are coming from.
Cleared out. Don't think that's Jorgen.
Retrieving flag.
I mean, that would be next level.
Just posted up on the corner.
That would be next level.
I mean, they killed it. They broke it. They didn't want to take the risk for it. But at this point, it's a lost round. Sorry, checkmate. Vic knows he has to try and get half, but if he overstays, he dies. Time's already ticking. Guess what? Here's the second one. And GG, really, for this round?
Yeah, completely GG. Trent winning that round without ever having to play the game of Valorant, essentially. That's what
those rounds
excels at.
Those rounds hurt.
Yeah, this is just adding insult to injury, frankly, right? They don't come into this round with the best weaponry, C9.
You can see how pressed they are that they're even fighting this. This is,
yeah,
it's lofty behavior.
Yo, bro. We're winning these cringe-ass post plants. Let's go, bro.
Yeah, I probably had to mute the audio for that one, but it was just very funny at 2 times speed.
Oh, that's really good.
Oh, that was so good. Okay.
Oh, molding me is so...
Oh, it just made it funny to us, but I don't know why.
And Baby Bay was still talking over the top of it as well. That's one of the best clips I've seen. I do feel bad for him.
I mean, it's, yeah, and you can feel it. It's frantic from Cloud9. They have to take a lot of risks that you wouldn't normally want to take just to go toe-to-toe. And even then, you're not going toe-to-toe. You're still down the rounds.
Yeah, they need to be winning kind of like 3 rounds for every 1 that G2 get at this point.
Yeah. Stacking the bodies, Cloud9. They've got 3 players waiting over towards C to receive.
It's really difficult to punish Jorgemo for taking all of this space. He's a Yoru, he even has ult. He can just evacuate at any moment. Doesn't make a sound cue, remember, as well, so C9 will be wondering if he's still around there. They have to go and get the information at some point. Only just now is Net going for a bit of a peek. And G2 are already in on the exact opposite side of the map.
The A side all theirs. Vic spraying and praying, hoping that he can fish out a kill.
Yeah, but he's got no plant denial.
No dice.
So C9, they're not going to be able to flood. They're not going to be able to play fast retake. They've got to play set, and Jonapi has ult.
Going to be forced frantic, I think, just worrying just in case Trent does have the Sours. Now, we know he does not, so Nightfall across the board here, but still guarding on top of it. Shorty's out. Looking to see if he can do that damage. Trent even gets the 1. He's isolated there. He's lucky to even get that much here with a door to try and exit out towards the side here. Horn has to be broken, a tap onto the plant, forcing out these fights out wide. Cloud9, they hold their ground and hold it well. G2 left to put a bit of scramble on Baby Bay. Spraying down, but no more bullets remain. Yeah, and that is going to be a full stick away. Cloud9 still in it.
Oh, Baby Bay talked previously about how they were winning the cringe-ass post plants. That one, he had an opportunity to win a 1v2, but had to do it by spraying through the smoke and couldn't quite make it happen. Big shots hit, though, from Zephyr and Net here. I mean, Mitch as well getting involved, but winning those duels ended up being really important. Put the pressure back onto G2. Break their economy, maybe make something out of this. They need 5 in a row to draw things even.
Seeing what GT were doing with the weaker weaponry.
Oh, I think
Okay.
Baby Bay missed his Viper Orb there as well, I think.
Good. All good. Jordan's already in. Walkabouts onto the B side. Nobody was watching that one. He's past the thorns, past the wall. They are none the wiser.
No, this is really nice. Because they
wiser.
put so much pressure over towards A. They made it feel like it was going to be a rubble fight, so nobody's really watching over towards B, and he's slipped through. Pardon me the pun, but he slipped the net. Although it was Zephyr watching, actually.
It was. Oh, no. Just spotting it. Backs towards it. Chooses the time to strike right now. Clone. Absorbing a couple of the bullets. Oxy's still alive. Not for much longer. Trent is immediately on it. And this is the danger with a team like G2. They take the risks. They find their marks. The damage is being done. Vic is up to you. He's already found the 2. Zephyr out from the side as well. Happy to reinforce, I should say. And the spike has been dropped down now. Left to Baby Bay again once more in a spot like this. This time, though, everything really against him.
Yeah, what a hero play from Vic. Tugs himself into a corner a position again that gets so much value, and Babybase clearing his demons away from A.
30 seconds left.
There's time left.
Spring cleaning, dust in every corner.
Toxins going up.
Cloud9 are just not leaving anything to chance, are they? Look at this, all grouped up. It's a double high-low up through
Toxin
spawn.
screen down.
Even Net is miles away, just looking to contain in case it does go over towards B.
Toxins going
Now the
up.
plant's down. Info gathered, and the shots are still just as crispy. Vic saves him in that one.
Big round from Vic. Looked like G2 had done everything they needed to be able to win that. Slipping Jorgamo deep behind for the A-Rap, and Trent coming through immediately afterwards. And then Vic tucked himself into this corner and was able to pick off 3 kills in the end. I thought he was cooked here, to be honest with you, but that readjustment onto Valen was exactly what the doctor ordered. And a deep breath.
Cloud9 not done yet.
And that's good to see. I mean, first half kind of looked like they were dead and gone.
Yeah.
But they're clawing back into things. And remember that this is all without winning a single pistol in this series. Though they did, of course, win the follow-up after the pistol, the eco round in this half. And then got ecoed immediately afterwards.
Yep. Rookie came straight back at them. G2 quite methodical now. Bit of B, open up the door, clears out towards the mound control, forcing the pit out.
And also good information, because the wall didn't get triggered over towards B, you know that the vice wall is on C. So you're now looking towards a pit and a wall. I mean, this looks disgusting. You don't want to go in this direction. They triggered the thorns at the very least.
Then, like you said, you got the wall to contest with and the pit.
I'm a little bit surprised that C9 are giving A so heavily. They've still got 2 people on C, despite the fact that they have, you know, the Viper's pit playing over towards there. They're playing very soft on this side of the map.
G2 poking. Vic tagged down by the bullet here. Straight shots are flying forwards here with the paranoia. Vic steps forwards anyway, wants to try and take the fight, but oh my god, almost overstepping himself there. He's dropped down to just 30 health as bullets flying forwards. Oxy has to defend. Up and over towards the shoulder, but that stray shots, they go both ways. Smokes are not going to be absorbing that too much here, but the ult's expended. Cloud9 starting to get a few bodies onto the mark here. Over towards the B side is a last resort for G2. Big counter spams here, but the C's could be perfect. Still got Plant. Needs to be stopped. Trent needs to be covered. G2 have got him in a transfer. Zephyr. Plant still down. And Babybase left to do it from this spot once more. Can't adjust the aim in time. Zephyr. It's monstrous from him to save them.
Yeah, incredible shots there. Barreling his way back in through heaven. Valen making the call to pivot through to B. Only had 1 smoke to deal with, but all of that utility coming out from Mitch. The C's, the Haunt, setting up Zephyr to go through and hit this triple kill. Almost denied Trent the plant and won the round outright. They are actually coming back into this a little, and they forced G2 down onto another eco. This is now 3 rounds in a row, 3 retakes.
They're starting to believe that they can do it.
Yeah, that time, the stun from Oxy flooding in to help Vic on A was also really crucial.
Never missed Haunt.
Here.
I am worried when G2 have 5 stingers, though.
Yeah.
Especially when they can get a pit up as well in post.
Nets as well. Oh, he's the only one playing onto this side here. It's that double dive in. Valen and Jorg taking deep into it. They've got the police access to the site.
This could be horrible with the pit and 5 people with stingers inside of it.
Oh my goodness, wait a second. Could be disaster laying in wait. The Zephyr does have the old steel guard, and it should be clearing a path. Surely, easily. Prowler enough, there it is. Keeping back with the gate crashing deep. The Classics can only do so much into this angle. Has cleared the way most of the way. With that C's on top of it, it's order damage and decay. Good util, good diligence, still a step forwards. Steel garden, it dissipates! Stingers are doing dirty work indeed. The Blight's still not cleared off that map. G2 get themselves to 12.
Tough situation for Cloud9 there. Really difficult. As soon as they allowed the pit to go down and G2 to get into a post plant, it was gonna be hard. But I think using the steel garden before you spam for picks is the wrong way of doing things. Because if you rip the Steel Garden immediately, you have to scale off the back of it, right? Otherwise, you're just wasting the ultimate. But when you're in there, as long as G2 can keep a few players alive, they're going to be good for it. I think if you play a little more patient and just try to spam into the pit, maybe you get a couple of kills, and then you're able to rip the Steel Garden with only 3 of those G2 players alive, you might be able to get the round done.
Poison's off.
Got to be scared of that G2 team. Now they brought themselves up to 12 here, Cloud9. Aggro plays of their own again, but do you want to overfight once more to Snake Bite? Still can't.
Good tracking.
Quite deny it, yeah, it's beautiful tracking from Oxy, even anticipating they're going to refight into him. This is light work and nice stuff overall. Gonna have to give up the position and the gun, so Oxy might not be able to claim an upgrade, but he's definitely put the herd onto G2.
Bucky kill would be nice for the bingo card.
Yeah.
Don't know if you've been keeping track at home. Not that I have, to be honest. I just remember the Bucky kill. And Oxy has been so good for this team. Gonna be a B finish here. Mitch giving it up, playing the 5v3 retake.
Deep press into the spawn area by G2.
And actually, the retake only has 1 piece of util, a single stun, to try to make it work. I guess they've got a haunt now, back from Mitch.
Trent about to get surrounded though, all comes down to this opening kill. Good movement, sidestepping it, but now Jonah P squeezed. So that door opens wide, leaves it down to Jorgamo. Now they know where his position is. They should be able to take this fight together now, cleanly enough. Smoke down, they wait the timing out, and they just spam it and lock their sights onto it. Cloud9 are digging deep to survive. They're carving out a bit of a foothold.
Relying heavily on Oxy to be able to get openers, but then once they had the advantage, they did play very nicely together. The coordination on being able to re-clear B main was pretty lovely. Net opening door at the same time as 2 players doubled up, clear. Here's the 2 players I'm talking about, Oxy and Vic, and exactly at the same time, door opens. Really strong coordination.
Oh yeah, free ult kill there, baby.
Yeah, but they did need that free ult kill to be able to set themselves up for the advantage. They have won the last 4 out of 5 rounds though, so they're digging deep, trying to get back. Yeah. Only 1 error though, and G2 will have won the match.
G2 with plenty of ults to use as well into this next one. Flash from the sound was in your face, G2 posturing over towards C-Mount, but I'm not actually committing any bodies towards it. So towards A here. They do have that Nightfall in the back pocket, Jorgamo's Dimensional Drift.
Yeah, it's such a good combo.
Deadly combos, even with Valen's ult too.
Yeah. And you can see that C9 are essentially playing off-site here.
Toxin screen down.
Yeah, a lot of stall util. Turns out towards it. That's Mitch just trying to pre-aim where the drone potentially could be. Dodging a lot of util coming his way, but it's called forward, at least with the speed up now. G2 are getting themselves onto the side. Heads open, angles, sightlines and potential for the taking here, but Jorgamo is up close and personal. We'll have to disengage from that one. Plan. Down to the side against that back wall. Everyone getting back into the post-plan positions, baby! He's just lost, man. Didn't know where that haunt was coming from here, but the Dimensional Drift is going to be fast and loose. Cloud9 trying to take this one with a rapid approach indeed. 3 players swung down towards the back. Missing a few of the other ones though, but still G2 are locking this down. They've got that crossfire set up with the util in abundance. This is a hard-pressed fight and engagement for Cloud9 to try and take. Picked to pieces. It's G2 now on the brink, on the precipice of being able to close this one out. They need the heroics, but it's all down to net, and he can only do so much. G2 clean it up in the 2-0 fashion. And listen, Cloud9, they had to dig deep. There was a couple of rounds and chances for them indeed. G2 though, just still looking unstoppable.
A 2-0 clean sweep here today. And yes, some resistance put up. The scorelines are really fairly all right, actually, for C9.
Yeah,
A 13-8 and 39.
Every single pistol
Yeah,
round.
they lost every single pistol. Now, the second half of Lotus, you can argue about whether or not that really counts, but end of the day, I don't think that they should be too disheartened by this, but I think it also does showcase that they're not ready to tackle the big boys just yet. They didn't win a map here, even on their pick.